Okay, here I am. All right, we are live. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Instagram again. I have my YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook at eye level here. My Instagram's a little bit lower, so if I look down, I'm looking at my Instagram people. Hi, Instagram. All right, so I decided to go just with my blue screen background today. The virtual backgrounds seem to eat up a lot of my bandwidth. So we're going to try it simple today. Welcome to the Big Kids Back to School video series, live series that I'm doing this week. We are live and we're talking to our big kids today, our students, our teens, our young adults. So that's where we're going to go today. We're going to talk about starting strong for the semester and keeping it sustainable. Because if you're anything like me, oh man, every fall I'd get so excited. I have, the fresh school supplies. There's nothing like that. Something about those fresh school supplies, the blank folders, the blank pages of a notebook. It's so nice. And it just really sings of the anticipation of the success of the semester ahead. It's like there's hope, anticipation, excitement, a little bit of nervousness. What's going on? What's going to happen? How am I going to do? It's a whole thing. And if you're also anything like me, here's the deal. By October, that nice, clean, color-coded planner looks more like Halloween. There is scribbles everywhere, shadows, blank spots. Some of it's just abandoned where there's, if it was a physical location, you would be able to hear the wind whooshing through the empty corridors and the tumbleweeds rolling by. So I always would start out the semester with the best of intentions. I'm going to keep on top of my assignments. I'm going to keep everything in my planner. I am not a planner. I'm better than I was. And with the help of technology, I've gotten really pretty good. So we're going to talk about that today. And for my students in the house, appreciate you, love you. If you're like me and you need some help making sense of it all, because September is great, but October is coming and November is coming. And that's when we kind of get a little bit derailed, right? So we are going to be talking about our strong, sustainable semester here. And the key to it is really just commitment. Commitment makes a huge difference in reaching your goals, whether it's academic goals, athletic goals, other big life goals, adulting goals that you have. Commitment makes the difference. And the way we really build a strong commitment is by connecting with the purpose of it. Why are you doing what you're doing? Yes, if you're in high school, it's, you have to go, or parents get fined, or you have to do something else. So we want to get a little bit deeper in there, because you're in school and you're studying and you're planning to graduate and move on and up into adulthood, which I know you are because you're awesome. Keeping in mind what you want your life to look like after school, after you're done. That especially my senior friends, going into senior year, you're applying for colleges, you're doing all the things. Think about what matters in those experiences that you're looking forward to this year. So is it really, you want to deepen relationships with your friends? You want to enjoy time with a significant other? You want to really set yourself up for success in college or after graduation, if you're going into a career in the trades or some other area? Think about why you're doing that. And if you're having trouble getting there, well, I can help with that. That's what I help my clients do. If you're having trouble getting there, give yourself time and space to really just ponder that question. Because when we ask ourselves these cool questions, our subconscious wants to work it out. It wants to give us an answer. Our brains are nice to us that way. So why are you doing what you're doing? Why is this academic achievement important to you? Why do you want to go to a certain school or study a certain field or go into a certain trade or career experience? Why is that? What about it makes it appealing? And it's okay if it's something simple like, I like it. If you can connect to something a little bit deeper, that will make it more, that will make your commitment to what you have to do to succeed and sustain it stronger. So start with the why. That is the number one thing. So that is our strong start. So first section, we're going to start with why, the big picture goals. If you don't know what you're doing or you don't know why you're doing it, I would really recommend taking pen to paper and just free writing for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, a real short amount of time. Why am I doing this? Why do I want what I want? And just write whatever comes to your mind. Don't judge it. Don't cross anything out, and just let your mind go. If you can get 2 or 3 pages, ooh, that's cool. But usually it takes me more than 5 minutes to get 3 pages. Still, just let your mind go, let your mind wander. You might find as you get started, you want to keep going. The longer you go, the deeper you will get into the answer that you're looking for. So get clear on your why. The second thing in starting successfully is kind of what we talked about. Set up your planner, set up your schedule, set up your workspace. Get rid of last year's notebooks, folders, assignments, the things that are reminding you of your past, failures. I don't want to say failures, but where you kind of, you lost the ball, or, you messed something up, or, you didn't do as well as maybe you could have. So clear your workspace. If you have a desk, toss the things out, clear it off. Start clean. Let the past go. It's a new year, new you, new start. Isn't it nice that us in the academic space, working with students and you students, get to start fresh a couple times a year? It is. It's kind of nice, isn't it? The other thing is your schedule. Take a look at your school schedule. What classes did you pick? Why did you pick them? Take a look at where you have to be and when, and make sure that you give yourself time each day for homework, for activities that are important to you, for social. Now, every day is social, whatever, you might get social at school, but when you're looking at your weekly schedule, make sure that you have time for those things, time to just be, maybe be with your friends, or just be with, yourself, playing your video games, doing the things that actually are leisure time activities, even if it's just like an hour or something at the beginning or the end of the day to kind of wind up or wind down for your day. To take a look at your schedule, because when you know what to expect, it makes it easier to deal with the things that are coming down the pipe for you. Okay. So that's the setting yourself up. And you probably don't have a ton of issues with this. It's actually keeping the steadiness, keeping the workload sustainable through the semester as things get piled on, as you do the events and the fundraisers and the activities and the games or meets, or whatever your sport or activity of choice may be. The work schedules, things get piled on. So here's the second section: sustainability. So how do you set yourself up for sustainability? I touched a little bit on schedule, and I wanted to go back there because you can utilize technology and tools to do this. I don't know how many times I finally set an alarm in my phone and realized, why didn't I do this right at the start? So set yourself alarms with clear labels when you need to do things. If you need to get a certain assignment done, set yourself reminders. Make an alarm go off, or you utilize a task list or your Google Calendar, or any other of the wide variety of tools that are out there. The technology is a huge, huge support in this way. So the main point I want to make, though, in utilizing your technology is don't overwhelm it. Start with the number one thing you need to get done, the thing you need to do, because if you just put all the alarms and all the things in right away, it'll be dinging at you all the time, and you'll learn to tune it out. We don't want that. You want to actually do something where you pay attention, where you get that reminder and you go, oh yeah, it's time to do that. And whatever that number one most important thing to you is, start there. As you see that working, then add on to it. And when assignments come up or when other things come up, you can utilize that. Another great tool is a tech timer, something where it will remind you to actually shut off your screens at night before bed. Because the later we're on that blue light, that screen, the worse our sleep is, and sleep is important. And that's another piece of the sustainability. You need to have time to rest. You need to schedule and prioritize downtime, because rest is productive. Rest is productive. I know it seems like everybody's burning the candle at both ends, and everybody's pulling all-nighters and, late night study sessions and things like that, and late night sports, social activities. Rest is productive. If you need a nap, take a nap on the weekends. Don't take a nap in class. Don't do it. Don't do that. Take a nap when you can, or make sure you set that timer to ding for your bedtime. And that's important, because rest allows you to be more productive. That's when your brain actually integrates all the things that you're learning during the day, all the experiences you're having. So rest, that is super important. Tech tools, and keep your big why in mind. Keep your bigger goal in mind. Give yourself a vision board, or write down your goals and post them up where they're visible, where you will be reminded of why you're working so hard, what you want for yourself, for your life. Who do you have to be to get there? That is a big key. And we talk about be, do, have in my coaching program. So if you need help clarifying that question and what that means when I ask, who do you have to be to achieve those goals, we can talk later. We'll talk offline, okay? I don't want to spend too much time here, right? We just got to give you the rundown and get you set up for success. The third piece of this, so we talked about a strong start, starting with your why. Why are you doing it? Being realistic about what you can actually handle and what actually has happened in the past when you have tried to do more than was reasonable for your own self. And second, we talked about sustainability, making sure that you utilize the tools at your disposal, but not too much. Making sure you have time for rest, and keeping your goals in mind as you continue through the semester. I think I lost my live stream. There we go. Keeping your goals in mind as you continue through the semester. I don't know why my signal's not great. All right. Third thing, and probably the most important thing, support. You need a support system to stay accountable to yourself. Now, this is not your parents micromanaging you. I am not talking about that. And parents, if you are watching, this is not what I'm talking about. You are not their personal assistant. Okay? You are here to be of support, to get them to do their own work on this. And for my students watching, if you're watching the replay, drop a replay in the comments. Just drop the word replay so that I know that you have seen this and you're getting my message, because this one is important, your support system. So if you're anything like me, again, I want to tell you, like when I was in school, the last people I wanted to talk to were my teachers and my parents. So think about that for a minute. Who was I talking to? Who was helping me? Who was supporting me? It was my peers, my friends who knew just as little or less than I did about where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. So, the really important part of your support system is knowing that parents, teachers, counselors, coaches, they are on your side. They're on your side. And I know it can feel like, ugh, I'm looking real foolish if I go ask for help because I'm behind or I don't know what I'm doing. You can ask for help without looking a fool. Okay. Um, yeah. I don't even have a virtual background today. Why are you glitching so much? All right. Your support system. Take advantage of when your teachers say, I have office hours or come talk to me with any questions. They actually mean that when they say that. They want to help you. They're on your team. Okay. Your coaches, maybe your bosses at work, managers, your teammates, your coworkers. Yes, they're your peers and they might not know any more than you do. And they might have experiences that you are trying to navigate too. So, an example is as my son gets ready for his sophomore year, he's a cross country runner, he has a job, and he's kind of freaking out about whether or not he'll be able to keep both in his life as the school year progresses, as the school year gets started, and the academic demands increase. Here's the deal. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I do know that he's not the first cross country runner to have a job and a full academic load at the same time. He is not the first person to have a job and school sports or activities. And there are specific people around him that he can talk to about those experiences and how to balance everything. So utilize that support. Talk to your friends, talk to your peers, talk to your coworkers, talk to your teammates, and don't be afraid to go to your coaches, the adults in your life who are on your team. They want to see you succeed because especially if they're your parents, they do not want you living in their basement forever. Just saying. Maybe you don't live in the basement, but still, they don't want you living at home forever. They want to help set you up for success. And they want to do it in a way that works for you and doesn't put more burden on them as you head out into adulthood. Okay. So your parents, they want to help. They don't want to micromanage you. Communicating this is important. And I just want two quick tips for communicating with the adults in your life, especially your parents, about helping you and being on your team and offering support without that micromanaging. I want you to actually include them in your planning and preparation. Tell them, I know I need to do this thing. Here's how I'm planning to get it done. And then they can remind you of your own plan because it's yours, it's not theirs. You can let them know. I would appreciate a, kind of weekly check-in, or would you check in with me every weekend? Would you ask me about this thing, the day before it's due so that I remember? And then parents can utilize their organization tools to put in those reminders or just give you those check-ins in a way that said, hey, you told me that you wanted to get this done. You told me that you had this thing, like just checking where you're at. How's it going? And then it's not, you need to do the thing. It's, hey, your goal was this thing. And that goes to number 2 thing, way to communicate with your parents. Tell them your goal. Tell them why you want what you want. Tell them why you're doing what you're doing. Tell them your why. They want to know that you're thinking about this stuff, right? They want to know what your big dream is because they want to cheer you on. They want to see you get there. So share your goal, even if you have to do it in a text message or whatever is, you know, comfortable for you. They'll be happy. They'll be happy to know that you have the goal. And when it gets hard to pursue it, they will be happy to hold up that goal for you and say, remember why you're doing this. It wasn't just to get the grade. It's to become that kind of person who achieves their dreams or achieves the career that they want. So that's the thing, is to become stronger, faster, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, whatever your goal is, invite your parents in so they can hold it up for you when you forget about it and when things get hard, because it will. And that's how we keep that sustainability strong through the semester and beyond and into life. Okay. It won't always be your parents holding those things up, but sometimes you'll have peers, friends, mentors, coworkers, colleagues, whoever, to hold up that mirror to you to say, look, this is why you're doing this. Right? Okay. So we're getting down to the end now. I don't want to keep you. Let's figure this out. Let's reiterate. Okay. We have awareness around what's realistic for you, what your patterns are with setting up your schedule and setting up your space and setting up all the things, and then falling off, not continuing it. What's your pattern? What does that look like? What's difficult for you to maintain? Know it, become aware of it, okay? Connect with your why, your reason for doing what you're doing. Every step of the way, even if it feels like it doesn't have an impact on your future, every step of the way does. And if you can see it that way, it's a game changer. Okay. So we are going to, again, this is something I do with my clients to remind them that big picture, what they're doing now, even if it seems like it doesn't impact it, actually does, and why it matters to who they are, who they're becoming. Set up your space, set up your systems, utilize technology, utilize calendar systems, alarms, whatever works for you. Start simple, add to it once you get into the flow of it, once you get into the rhythm. Remember that rest is productive. I'm going to say that. I think I said that 20 times already. Rest is productive. You need rest, especially sleep, especially at your age. Even though it doesn't feel like you do. Okay. And there is somebody out there who needs to do it too. So remember, you have more support than you think. So reach out to those accountability buddies, communicate to your parents, share with them. And I have something to help get you started to really kind of simplify these things. I have a download that you can grab. Where is it? Now I got to adjust it. It's a self-care cheat codes cheat sheet. There we go. And we're going to put that right at the bottom. And for my Instagram viewers, I am going to, there we go. All right. So your self-care cheat codes are available at sarahdeacon.com/boost, BOOST. So your self-care cheat codes, it is a simple worksheet where we talk about our schedule, sleep schedule, our movement and feeding schedule, and our judgment-free zones, the support. So just the things I talked about, getting your rest, your needs met, getting your support system in place, and being aware of what is optimal functioning around rest and resetting for you. So grab that free download, sarahdeacon.com/boost. If you're grabbing it, let me know in the comments if you grabbed it, and I would love to hear how you find that. If you find it helpful, because again, we need to be proactive to set ourselves up for success this semester. We have big visions, everything's exciting and new in September. Come October, guess what? I might be doing more of these series because we're going to talk about how we keep it up, how we keep up our motivation, keep our accountability to ourselves, keep our commitments so that we reach our goals and you reach your goals as a student, as a success story. All right, next week, please join me. We are going to talk about school stress and safety nets. This one next week is going to be Friday the 18th. We are going to look at, from the parent side, how to be the safety net for your students this semester. So talking about school stress and safety nets next week on the 18th for the next episode of our Big Kids Back to School series. And I am really appreciate you joining me for watching the replay. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you found this helpful. What was the biggest takeaway that you got from what I said? Still totally confused? Don't worry, I got you. Download your self-care cheat code cheat sheet, free download at sarahdeacon.com/boost. We will be connected, and you can reach out to me anytime at sarahdeacon.com. So thank you. Thank you again for joining me live or watching me here on the replay. And we will see you next week for school stress and safety nets. Thank you for joining me for starting strong and keeping up sustainable success this semester. That is all I have for you today. Have a wonderful, wonderful week and go have fun. Set yourself up for success. Let's do it. Bye. Okay, how do I end it? End it.